In the blink of an eye, everything Jordan has worked for could be ripped away. Today is supposed to be the start of his new chapter, his first day as police chief, but the path ahead is filled with shadows, lies, and betrayal. His every decision will be scrutinized, his every move watched. In a world where trust is a luxury and power is a weapon, how far will Jordan go to uncover the truth, even if it means losing everything? His first day as the chief will test more than his leadership. It will test his very soul. Every day in the precinct feels like a battle, not just against crime, but against the quiet, unspoken tensions that run deep beneath the surface. Officer Jordan, a name that echoes little recognition in the halls of this department, sits at his desk, the very embodiment of patience. He's seen how the system works, how power moves through these walls, how things are often decided long before a badge is ever earned. He's been here for nearly 4 years now, long enough to know the game, the real game, the kind where respect isn't given, it's earned and demanded. Jordan isn't a rookie, though to some of his colleagues he still feels like one. The same few eyes that look at him and see nothing more than a black officer, one that could never hold the power, the authority, or the respect that his white counterparts seem to claim so effortlessly. Officer Matthews told, "Hey, Jordan, still stuck on traffic duty, huh? Thought you'd be more by now, you know? Thought you'd have worked your way up a little quicker. I mean, it's been how long? 4 years?" Matthews, the kind of officer who thinks privilege is a birthright. He doesn't see the work, the grind, the long nights spent proving yourself again and again. To him, Jordan is a token, a placeholder in a system that's built for people like Matthews, people who never question authority because they are authority. Jordan finally speaks up, his voice calm, measured, his words deliberate. Officer Jordan told, "Everyone starts somewhere, Matthews. What about you? How's the paperwork today? Still burying your mistakes under a pile of files?" Jordan doesn't take the bait. He can't afford to. There's too much at stake, too many expectations that weigh on his shoulders, not just as an officer, but as a black man in a place where his presence is still often questioned. He's had to fight for everything, every promotion, every task, every glance of approval. And for what? So someone like Matthews can dismiss him with a few words? But Jordan doesn't let it show. He can't, not yet, not until the day comes when he won't have to prove himself anymore, when his worth isn't measured by his skin or his place in this precinct. Until that day, he stays calm, he stays focused. In the precinct, there's a hierarchy, a subtle, unspoken order, where respect is something that must be earned, and too often, never given. Officer Jordan's patience has never been a weakness. It's his greatest weapon, but even the quietest moments can crack wide open when you least expect it. For some, change comes slowly, but Jordan, he feels it creeping in, like the calm before a storm. And when that storm hits, when the moment of reckoning finally arrives, Matthews won't know what hit him. Some things are inevitable, the subtle whispers, the sideways glances, but today, the tension in this precinct shifts. It's not a whisper anymore, it's a loud, deliberate statement, an act meant to humiliate, to assert dominance. It's coming from the same place it always does, Matthews. Matthews has always known how to push buttons, how to make his presence known, not with the skill or dedication, but with force. His voice rings loud, deliberately intrusive. He's the kind of officer who can ruin someone's day with nothing but a sneer and a few choice words. And today, that's exactly what he plans to do. Officer Matthews told Traffic Duty Jordan, "I mean, really? You're still on this? What, you scared they'll give you something real? Or maybe you're just too comfortable staying in the background?" This isn't just an insult, it's deliberate, a calculated attempt to strip Jordan of his dignity in front of everyone else. It's a move Matthews has made before, with others who didn't know how to fight back, didn't know how to take the blow without flinching. And this time, he's looking for a reaction. He's testing Jordan's limits. Officer Matthews told, is this really all you can handle? Traffic duty? And yet you're still here, pretending like you belong. You're nothing more than a poster child, a diversity hire. That's all you'll ever be. Everyone knows it, Jordan. This isn't about traffic duty anymore. This is about something far uglier. Matthews isn't just insulting Jordan's role, he's questioning his worth. He's turning every little piece of Jordan's existence in this precinct into a weapon, firing it at him with the intention of wounding him publicly. Jordan knows the price of reaction, the cost of anger. It's something he's learned all too well over the years. Responding to Matthews' taunts, lashing out, it would be exactly what Matthews expects, and exactly what Jordan refuses to give him. The room is a stage. Matthews has set the scene. The script is clear. But Jordan won't follow it. Matthews, I don't need to prove anything to you. If you have something to say, say it without hiding behind your jokes. Officer Matthews told, still playing the saint, huh? Guess that's all you can do, right? Stay quiet, play the good little officer, but don't worry, we all know what you are. Matthews thinks he's won, he thinks he's broken Jordan. But in truth, all he's done is provoked the storm that's been simmering beneath the surface for so long. This isn't just a fight over respect anymore, it's about something deeper, something Matthews can't see because he's too busy looking down at Jordan, too busy believing that power only resides in the hands of people who look like him. Officer Jordan told, you're right about one thing, Matthews. I don't need to prove anything to you, but I will prove it to everyone else in this precinct. One day, I'll show you just how wrong you are. Jordan doesn't need to shout, doesn't need to lose his composure. In the quietest of moments, he's made something clear. He won't back down. Matthews has made his move, but Jordan's response is the beginning of something much bigger than either of them. Sometimes the hardest battles aren't fought with fists or words, they're fought in silence, in the moments between the noise, when your mind keeps replaying the words that cut the deepest. Jordan's been here before. He knows that feeling, the weight of every insult, every slight, lingering like smoke in the air. But he's learned to hold it in. He has no choice but to keep moving forward. And yet, today, it feels like something is different. Something is coming. Officer Jordan, voice unknown. Jordan, it's Commander Harris. We need to talk. Can you come to the mayor's office in the morning? There's something important we need to discuss. Officer Jordan told, sure, is everything all right? Should I come now? Commander Harris told no, tomorrow morning, 8:30 sharp. I can't say more over the phone, but it's important. You'll want to be there. A call like that doesn't happen by accident. For an officer like Jordan, someone who's kept his head down, avoided rocking the boat, it's the kind of call that feels like a lightning strike. Suddenly, the calm routine of his life in the precinct feels fragile, like it could shatter at any moment. The mayor's office, a commander's summons. It's everything Jordan has been working toward, and yet it doesn't feel like a victory. It feels like the calm before a storm. Maybe it's an opportunity, maybe it's a chance to prove himself, or maybe it's something else entirely, something darker, hidden beneath the surface. There's always the possibility that the system doesn't reward good behavior, not for someone like Jordan, not when the system's designed to keep him in his place. He's been here long enough to know that life in this precinct doesn't offer many surprises. He's kept his head low, focused on the work, traffic citations, reports, mundane tasks no one else seems to want. But tomorrow, the world might look different. Tomorrow, the phone call that came in the dark of night could be the spark that ignites something far bigger than anything he's prepared for. Text a message from unknown number. Don't ignore the call tomorrow, it's your chance, everything changes now. Who could be sending this? A colleague, a well-wisher, or someone who knows more than Jordan realizes? He doesn't know, but it doesn't matter. The message is out there, and the wheels are already in motion. The next day could be the start of something he's been waiting for, or it could be the end of everything he's worked for. But one thing is certain, Jordan has never been more uncertain about his future than he is right now. The call has set the stage, and whether he's ready or not, everything he thought he knew about this precinct, this city, and his place in it is about to change. A few hours of sleep can't erase the feeling that today might change everything. Jordan stands before the mirror, adjusting his tie, staring into his own reflection as if trying to see the future staring back. The mayor's office. A call that shouldn't be ignored. An anonymous message that only deepens the mystery. He's not sure what's coming, but he can feel it in his bones. Today, the precinct, the job he's spent years earning, the world that he's learned to navigate with quiet grace, it could all change with a single announcement. The precinct is alive as usual when Jordan arrives, officers filing in and out, the clatter of feet on tile echoing through the halls. But today, something feels different. The air is thick with anticipation, a sense of undercurrent rippling through the usual chaos. There's a quiet buzz, officers whispering to one another, their glances darting toward the meeting room down the hall where everyone seems to be gathering. Matthews, the arrogant one, the one who thinks power comes with skin color and a few years of seniority, but even Matthews can feel it today. The shift in the air, the kind of change that makes even the loudest voices pause. But Matthews won't show it, not yet, not until he knows what this means for him. The room is still, all eyes are on him now. Jordan doesn't need to be told what this moment is. The figures before him, the commander, the mayor, are the kinds of people whose decisions echo through every corner of the precinct. And yet, as he steps forward, there's an unsettling calm that lingers between them. No one is speaking, no one is making a move. It's as if the world has paused for this single critical moment. Mayor Williams told Officer Jordan, "Thank you for coming in today. I'm sure you're wondering why we've asked you to join us." After a series of conversations and with the approval of the department's higher-ups, it is with great respect that we announce the promotion of a new police chief. Effective immediately, Officer Jordan, you've been selected to take the position of police chief of this precinct. It feels like a dream, like something impossible. Jordan doesn't speak immediately. His mouth opens, but no words come out. Police chief. The words echo in his mind, but they sound foreign, as though they don't belong in this world. He's been a simple officer, one of many, caught in the grind of the precinct's everyday politics. He's never even dreamed of such a position, yet here it is, laid before him like an impossible gift. Some people are built for power, others have it thrust upon them. Jordan is the latter. He was never meant to be the face of this precinct, the one in charge, yet now he is. The same precinct where he's been mocked, undermined, belittled. The same precinct where every step forward has felt like an uphill climb. Mayor Williams told, "We believe in true leadership, leadership that doesn't come from power or privilege, but from integrity, hard work, and a deep understanding of what this city needs. Officer Jordan has shown all of that, and more." Matthews, the one who thought Jordan would never rise above his station, the one who mocked him, belittled him, pushed him to the edge, and now he's watching, helpless, as someone he never thought worthy is handed the very title Matthews assumed belonged to him. Officer Jordan told, I'm honored. I'll do my best to serve this precinct, to lead with integrity, but I need every one of you with me. Together, we'll make this a place we can all be proud of." In that moment, as Jordan stands there, the future of this precinct is rewritten. What once seemed impossible is now reality. And for Matthews, for everyone who ever doubted him, Jordan's rise is not just a personal victory, it's a signal that things are about to change, not just in the precinct, but in the world beyond. Promotions don't come without consequences. For Jordan, today's announcement was meant to be a new chapter, but for Matthews, it's the last straw. The arrogant officer who once thought he held dominion over this precinct is now faced with an uncomfortable truth. Jordan, the man he'd underestimated, is now the one who holds the reins. Matthews isn't ready for that, and today he's going to make the known, Officer Matthews told. So, this is it, huh? You, the guy who could barely make it through a traffic stop without making a mistake. Now the chief? Just like that? You think because they handed you that badge, you can lead this precinct? Matthews is playing the game he knows well: intimidation, belittlement, power through sheer force of personality. But Jordan isn't like the officers Matthews is used to. Jordan isn't some rookie officer or a quiet subordinate. He's earned this position despite the odds, and now he has to prove it. Officer Jordan told, "You're right, Matthews. I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes, but every mistake has made me better. Every obstacle I've faced, every time you've undermined me, belittled me, it's all led to this moment. You think I don't belong here? Maybe you're right. Maybe I don't fit the mold of what you expected, but I'm here now, and I'm not going anywhere." Officer Jordan told, leadership isn't about who shouts the loudest or who's been around the longest. It's about vision, it's about integrity, and it's about getting things done, not just talking about it. I'm not here to be you, Matthews. I'm here to lead, and if you're with me, we'll do this together. If you're not, you can walk out the door. I'm not asking for your respect. I'm demanding it because I've earned it. Matthews is a man who's built his power on fear, on intimidation. He's used to making people feel small, to asserting his control by putting others in their place. But Jordan's presence, his calm strength, his unshakable resolve is something Matthews can't easily manipulate. And it's that quiet confidence that rattles him more than anything. Officer Matthews told, "You're not going to make this easy, are you, Jordan? Fine, but just know this, you're still the same guy who couldn't make it without a backup on a simple case. You're still the guy who doesn't know how this precinct works, and I'm watching. Every step you take, every mistake you make, I'll be here, ready to remind you how unqualified you really are." Officer Jordan told, "You're right about one thing, I'm new to this." But that's the point, Matthews. This precinct needs someone who hasn't been jaded by the old ways, someone who isn't afraid to make the tough calls. So, if you're not going to help, then step aside. But if you want to stay in this fight, I'm ready, because this is bigger than you. This is about changing how we work together, how we treat each other, and if you can't be part of that change, then I'll do this job without you. Officer Matthews told, "Fine, we'll see how long this lasts. Don't come crying to me when this all falls apart." In that moment, the game has changed. Matthews may have stormed off, but his power has been broken. Jordan has shown that true leadership doesn't come from appeasing those who've been in power for too long. It comes from standing firm, from facing down the bullies, and proving that when you rise above the noise, you command something stronger: respect. Jordan's journey is just beginning, and the real challenge, it's not just winning respect from those who've underestimated him, it's proving every day that he deserves to be here, not because of his rank, but because of who he is and what he stands for. The road ahead is long, but Jordan has taken the first steps in creating a new kind of a precinct, a place where leadership is earned, not handed down. After the dust settled from the confrontation with Matthews, the precinct has been walking a thin line. It's not just Jordan who feels the weight of the day, the entire room is holding its breath. The air is thick, a palpable tension hanging in every corner. Matthews may have backed down, but everyone knows that one confrontation, one challenge, doesn't erase years of resentment, of the unspoken power dynamics that have ruled this precinct. Jordan's office is a symbol of his new position, a small, modest room at the back of the precinct, nothing too flashy, nothing that screams authority. But in its simplicity lies a deeper message. Jordan's leadership is not about pomp or ego, it's about substance, and yet even as he sits down behind the desk, his thoughts are miles away. There's a gnawing feeling, something unsettling, that lingers in the back of his mind. The conversation with Matthews wasn't the only thing on his radar today. The mysterious text he received last night, the one that led him to this very office, still lingers in his thoughts. Who sent that message and why now? Commander Harris told Jordan, "You've got a visitor." Officer Jordan told, "A visitor? Who?" Commander Harris told, "You'll see." Jordan freezes. His heart skips a bit as he takes in the man standing before him. This isn't just any visitor. This man, this stranger, no longer a stranger, is someone from his past. Someone who had disappeared years ago, someone who Jordan never expected to see again. Captain Charles Montgomery, the man who had once been a mentor, a figure of authority Jordan had looked up to. But that was before everything changed, before Montgomery disappeared, before his career crumbled under the weight of scandal. Officer Jordan told Montgomery, What are you doing here?" Captain Montgomery told, "Good to see you, Jordan." "Been a long time." Officer Jordan told, "I don't understand. I thought you were done. I thought you were out of the department after everything that happened, the charges, the scandal." Captain Montgomery told, I was out. "But things changed, Jordan. The scandal, it wasn't what you think. What the public saw, what the department fed to the press, it wasn't the truth. I wasn't guilty of those charges. I didn't take any bribes. But there are things that I couldn't explain back then, and I had to walk away, for my own safety, for my family's safety." Officer Jordan told, "Why didn't you come forward? Why didn't you fight it? You could have cleared your name." Captain Montgomery told, "It's not that simple, Jordan. The department, the people in charge, they wanted me gone. They wanted to cover up something much bigger than I was, something I couldn't fight, I couldn't speak out, not without risking everything, my career, my life, so I walked away. But now, with you here, things are different. The department has a new leader and it's time to set things straight." Officer Jordan told, "What do you mean? What are you saying? What's going on?" Captain Montgomery told, "I'm not here just to reconnect, Jordan. I'm here because the people who framed me, are still here. They've been working behind the scenes, pulling strings, and now that you're in charge, you're in danger. You're stepping into something much bigger than you realize. This precinct, it's not what it seems. You've been given this position, but you need to be careful. The people who've been controlling this precinct, pulling the strings, they're still out there. And if they think you're a threat to their power, they'll do everything they can to take you down, just like they did to me. They'll use whatever they can against you. You need to find out who's really behind all this, who's pulling the strings in the shadows." The pieces are starting to fall into place, but the picture is far from clear. Montgomery's warnings are a stark reminder that the battle Jordan thought he was stepping into is nothing compared to the war that's brewing beneath the surface. This isn't just about respect anymore, it's about survival, and the deeper Jordan digs into this precinct's past, the more he realizes that the shadows are long and they reach farther than anyone could have anticipated. Captain Montgomery told, "Watch your back, Jordan. Trust no one, not even Harris, especially not Harris. It's supposed to be a new beginning, a fresh start, the first day of Jordan's tenure as chief of police, but the excitement of the promotion feels distant now. The joy of earning his place is overshadowed by the shadow of corruption that looms large. Today, Jordan's not just fighting for respect, he's fighting for his life, and as he steps into the precinct, the weight of the world presses in on him. Despite Montgomery's warning, Jordan still feels the pressure of being the chief today. His every move is under scrutiny, and yet no one knows the truth. The real battle is not what's happening on the surface, it's what's happening in the shadows. And it's not just Matthews anymore. There are people who have been waiting for this moment, waiting for him to slip, to make a mistake. Commander Harris told, "Chief, we've got a problem. You need to see this." Officer Jordan told, "What is this? Surveillance footage?" Commander Harris told, "Not just footage, Chief. These are images of you meeting with Captain Montgomery last night. Someone got hold of them, and now they're out in the open." Just like that, Jordan feels the ground shift beneath his feet. He was careful, but now it's clear. Whoever is behind this, whoever is pulling the strings, has been one step ahead of him all along. And the most chilling part? They knew about his meeting with Montgomery, they knew about the warnings, the secrets, and now they have the leverage to expose him for what they want, Officer Jordan told. "Who did this, Harris? Who's behind these photos?" Commander Harris told, "I don't know, Chief, but the department is already buzzing. These photos are going to go public, and once they do, you can kiss your credibility goodbye." It's clear now, Jordan has walked straight into a trap and the walls are closing in fast. The photos are just the beginning. If he doesn't act quickly, the trust he's worked so hard to earn will crumble and the people he's supposed to lead will turn on him. But there's more. Montgomery's warning echoes in his mind. "Trust no one." Officer Jordan told Harris, "How did these photos get out? Who would have access to something like this?" Commander Harris told, "Like I said, Chief, I don't know, but we need to prepare for the fallout. You should address the department, get ahead of this." The conspiracy Jordan feared is unfolding before his eyes, but the question is, who can he trust? Harris? Matthews? The officers in the precinct who watch him with distrust, every face around him now feels like a potential enemy. And the weight of the responsibility, the leadership he's fought so hard to earn, is starting to crush him. Officer on duty told, "Chief, there's something you need to see. We just received an anonymous tip-off. It's about Montgomery." Officer Jordan told, "What's the tip?" Officer on duty, "It's a video, Chief. From a security camera at the precinct, it shows Montgomery meeting with someone in the department." As the video loads on the screen, Jordan watches with bated breath. What he sees shakes him to his core. Captain Montgomery meeting with someone he knows, someone deep inside the precinct. The camera zooms in, but the figure's face is hidden in the shadows, just out of frame. And just as the figure steps into the light, revealing their identity, the screen goes black. As the screen fades to black, we're left with one chilling question. Who was Montgomery meeting with in the shadows of the precinct? Is it someone Jordan can trust, or is this the final piece of the puzzle in the conspiracy against him? We're on the edge of our seats, and we want to know. What do you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more thrilling updates. The mystery is just beginning and you won't want to miss what happens next. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next shocking twist.